Wepa, wepa, wepa dee doo. Willie Buffalo got a story for you. Wepa! What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Viva Bills. Will Cologne, aka Buffalo Will, with the man, cousin Vinny. What up, Vinny?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Please. And our man Bobby Back Jackson in the background, chilling as always. Here we go. Another week, another episode live on I-95 Sports Network and channel 198 on Zingo TV and across Facebook and so on. What's going on, Vinny? How you feeling? Oh, hold on, Vinny. Hold on. You know what time it is, right? Hold on. I'm a Yankee fan, yep. But I gotta crack up my cooler. We gotta get this done because we said every time the Bills win, I don't know if Fred's watching somewhere. He should be getting ready to crack one open. Here we go. Cheers to the Bills, to the Buffalo Bills fans. Everybody, Vinny, cheers. Bobby, if you have one, cheers. Here we go. It's for real. What? So we have to have two today. I'll wait for a half hour into the show to kick open another one.
So let me ask you a question. I know we were making up. You know what? Take a swig first. Salud.
Take a swig. Come on. All right. That's
man, that feels good after a W, bro. Damn, that feels good after a W. So how are we gonna do this? We're gonna go with the wins per beer, or we're gonna go consecutive wins. And if, let's say we go 5 games, we just have to drink 5 in a row. Or what? We got to make the rules up now because if we go 12-4, we're gonna have to have 2 6-packs sitting by our side by the last show, and by the time of the end of that show, we won't be able to talk.
That'd be great if they go that well. I think we should do it by wins. So we won last week, we won this week, so we got to do one for each win. Now, if we lose next week, we have to start the cycle again. You know, you can't be celebrating loss.
All right.
I think that makes sense. You know, plus nobody wants to do it swearing all over the place. Nobody wants to see that. So, yeah, Bills got to win. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. But let's go through some news of the week. NFL is getting crazy. Not crazy, but they're holding their stance. Listen, Kyle Shanahan, Vic Fangio, Pete Carroll, Sean Payton, all on Sunday got fined. And I guess Sean Payton and John Gruden on Monday are like, whatever. They didn't care. They didn't wear their mask. All of them got fined $100,000.
$100,000. And the teams get $250,000.
$250. That's $350,000 for not wearing your mask. Come on now.
That's about crazy. As much as you make for every show, man.
Oh, I wish. Bobby, where's my check? Bobby, where's the check, Bobby? They were asking for wings and beer for if I was getting $100,000 a show, whoo, that'd be nice. So what are you making? What are you making? You don't want to tell me? You making what? That $250?
Shoot, $250, $2.50.
You're making more than me still.
Hey, enough to give me some medallas for the win, man. Tell me that don't feel good after this W, man. I mean, I was a little nervous at the end of the third quarter. It was a freaky game. You know, there was a power outage. I don't know if you got to see it or anything. They had a power outage down in Miami. Half the stadium allegedly had lost half the power. So I didn't watch almost the second half. I mean, second quarter and the beginning of the third because they got to cut out. And then when they got back on the field, there was the lightning delay. So I was going back and forth at different games. But I'm sure glad I got to watch the end of the game where it really counted anyway. But it was definitely a momentum changer, Will.
Yeah, well, I didn't get to watch it. We'll talk more about the game in a little. I have mixed feelings for the game, but we'll go on from there. You know, let's just finish up this little stuff. But, yeah, that was crazy. That game had me angry and happy at the same time. Anyway, with the $100,000, that's a lot of money these guys are paying out. Hopefully it goes to some kind of charity or something. Or the NFL's like, we're going to make our money somehow. Let's take it from you guys.
Yeah.
You know, and it's crazy. $100,000 that first hit. It was not even like a $50,000 warning. $100,000, right? Anyway, moving on, this Sunday was actually crazy, and I think it kind of proves why you need some preseason games. All these injuries. Okay, some
Injuries,
people
man.
might say, "Hey, these injuries might have happened in preseason." Preseason, yeah, it might have, but it also would have had these guys conditioned to be taking these shots that they're taking now. It's ridiculous. I mean, let's just go for the first list, and there's one guy I want to talk about, which is kind of ridiculous to me. But anyway, Christian McCaffrey, and these are big names. He's gone, most likely for the whole season with a high ankle sprain. But don't count him out yet. He might come back. Saquon Barkley, the big injury for the Giants. He banged up his shoulder. I had to watch the Jets against San Fran and the Giants against Chicago because I'm in the New York area, and that's what they make us watch. Not that I was happy about it. I thought we were going to have the red zone at work, but they didn't have it up this week, so I got screwed there. Anyway, so I saw Barkley, he banged his shoulder up, and a play or two before that, got up a little hobbled, and then he tore his interior circular ligament in his right knee. So he's out for the
Yeah, man.
season. It's pretty bad, big loss. You don't want to see these guys get
Absolutely not.
if the Bills were playing him, he got banged up, got knocked out of the game. That's fine, but you don't want to see him out for the year.
Listen,
So,
you're a sports guy. I mean, as much as we want to whip their butts, I don't want to see anybody get injured. You know what I mean?
knocked out for the game is okay though.
Well, that gives like if we play the Giants, that gives the Giants fans an excuse. Well, y'all beat us because Barkley was out. I don't want to hear. I want to beat y'all fair and square. But like you're saying, a W is a W, so I'll take it too.
Hey, I'm okay if we knock out their best player. We don't want them out for the season, but if we knock them out, that's fine. Hey, I was a defensive player. Not in the NFL. I wish I was, but you want to knock out those. As long as it's a clean hit, you want to knock out the player. I'm old school. Anyway, he's gone. And then watching this Jet game, it was like, you ever see that meme of Chuck Norris shooting and he's knocking people out? It was like he was at
dropping like flies.
Shooting San Fran players. Nick Bosa went down, torn ACL. Next play, I think it was Solomon Thomas went down, I believe it was, or somebody. One other guy went down. Solomon Thomas for San Fran has a torn ACL also. Tevin Coleman hurt his right knee. That's all they had it as, but he's pretty much, I think, gone also. Raheem Morset strained MCL. They had 4 players gone in one game. Actually, it was 5 because Jimmy Garoppolo, high ankle sprain. Another guy. They had 5 players in one game. Insane. I thought once Bosa went down, and I think it was Thomas or whoever went down, I was like, gosh, Jets might have a shot. Nope.
They still got blown out.
It was a totally different Jet team that played us. I don't know if it's because it was a division game, but we couldn't really run on them. They were breaking out for these long plays. It was insane. They were just tearing them up. And then when what's his name? Jimmy went down, I was like, oh, they're really Williams was blitzing the hell out of that backup, and he still made 1 or 2 plays that broke for long. Anyway, keep on with this crazy list. Cortland Sutton for Denver, sprained AC joint, gone. Tavon Young, injured right knee for the Ravens. Malik Hooker, Achilles tear for the Colts tear. I can't even speak. Now, these are all these crazy injuries. One injury that got my attention was because he's ex-Bill. We said I thought he would lose his starting job mid-season. But, Tyrod Taylor in the beginning of the game was complaining about pains.
His ribs.
Rookie came in, did what he had to do. He actually played very well for them.
Absolutely.
Tyrod, it comes out later on that he had a punctured lung because he was getting numbing
shots
in his back because he had fractured ribs. Now, nobody knew he had fractured ribs from last game. He said he had soreness and so forth. So he went through practice Monday, Tuesday. They did take an MRI, but they didn't get the results till Thursday. So they knew he had fractured ribs on Thursday. He was going to start the game. Wow. Dude, how are you going to play? One of these 200, 300-pound linemen tackle you, hit you hard, or fall on you, your ribs are gone. You're out for the year anyway. Why would you even risk them? And I don't know why Lynn would risk putting him out there as a starter.
I don't get that, them knowing it also. And what I don't get is, I know freak accidents happen, but for a doctor to administer a shot and
Yeah.
puncture your lung, man. I mean, that could be season-ending injury for him, man. You know, I mean, I guess they put him out indefinitely, so I don't know if they might put him on the IR. I don't know what's gonna happen there, but that's a serious injury. I mean, they literally punctured his lung.
Yeah,
It's
that's
insane.
insane. Maybe he breathed in, or I don't know what happened. But just imagine if he played with cracked ribs. I don't know where they're cracked exactly, but if he's someone is
It's painful.
Yeah, but even with a 350-pound lineman fall on you, your ribs crack, you can puncture something. You don't know what's going to happen with those ribs. He shouldn't have been out there. I mean, I know he wants to compete and wants to be out there. He knows this rookie's breathing on his neck. Now he has the job. Why even put yourself in there, man? Your health comes first, especially like that. God forbid. Anyway, it's sad to hear, especially, he's a Bill.
Wish him all the best, man.
Good player, man. You don't want that. Another crazy thing was how the Dallas Cowboys came back and won that game against the Atlanta Falcons.
Insane. It was like a 2% chance of them coming back from the numbers that I saw, and they actually did it. It's one of the best comebacks in history, man.
I thought that game was done, and then they go with the stupid watermelon onside kick. The Atlanta players. One thing I learned from listening to NFL radio, and I think it was Solomon Wilcox or something saying, because I never noticed before. Every time when a team, let's say the Buffalo Bills are going for an onside kick, they'll kick the ball towards their sideline. And the reason for it is that so the opposing team doesn't get coaching, so they don't hear their coaches say, hey, jump on it, hey, do this, do that, which I found interesting. I never knew that. I never even thought about it. So, you watch that play and the ball's rolling, but you taught from Pee-wees, the ball has to travel 10 yards.
10 yards, yeah.
Touch it. You could touch it whatever you want, but they can't touch it. And the players were around them, just watching the ball, and then 10 yards later, Dallas just falls on it.
Yeah.
What the hell are these guys thinking? And they're like, well, those are the blocking guys.
But those are blocking guys. And the rules changed. Listen, before you could overload one side and kick it and pretty much mow everybody down and get the ball. Now it's totally different formation. It's totally different. But I'm there with you, man.
But the rule's the same.
The receiving team is still the same. Yeah. The rule's still the same.
Out of bounds, fall on it, kick it out of bounds, do whatever you have to do so they don't get it. They were just standing there. I know they said, oh, hey, those were the blocking guys. They're not the hands guys. Who cares?
Hands guys,
Smack that shit out of bounds. It was just ridiculous. If that happened in Pee-wees, okay, you might yell at the kids a little. What's what you doing? Come on. High school, you might say, okay, these kids, whatever.
But it ultimately, if you really look at it, ultimately comes down to coaching, because the coach probably said, hey, if it comes, do not touch it. And if one of these guys do it, then they're gonna have to hear it. It ultimately comes down to coaching, in my opinion. Even though you know the game, you know what's gonna happen. They're professionals, but if the coach says this and this and that, you're gonna have to listen to the coach. So who knows what really went down like that.
If you were a pro, you should know that crazy
crap. Yeah.
Ridiculous. I cannot believe, I can't. It's just insane how that happened. But anyway, good for Dallas. Dallas didn't give up, which was great. You have to give them kudos because they played their butt off and they ended up winning that game. One thing that happened.
Dak had like 450 yards.
Yeah, and he ran in 1 or 2 touchdowns, I think, at the goal line. Hold on. That was for Diggs. That was for Diggs. Diggs had a great game.
Yeah. 152 yards.
It was crazy. All right. Where is this thing? Let me see. I'm trying to look up our show over here so I could send it to other places. There it is. All right. We'll get to that shortly. All right. Now let's talk about, let's see. Do we want to talk about the game yet? Well, we'll throw it all in there. What the hell? We'll mix it up. We'll take our time. Listen, the Bills are 2-0 and looking pretty damn good. One thing I'm going to throw up there that we could talk about is just like this. This is from Buffalo Bills Twitter page, their PR page. Look at this. What? Bam! What is that? What is that? AFC Offensive Player of the Week. You want to read that?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, read it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Josh Allen has been named AFC Offensive Player of the Week after completing 24 of 35 passes for 417 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 147 QB rating on Sunday. Allen now joins Thurman Thomas and Jim Kelly as the only Bills to win the honor 3 times. Allen is off to one of the most prolific starts to a season ever by a Bills quarterback. Here's where his stats rank in team history. Completions, 57, he was third. Passing yards, 729, third. Touchdowns, 7, tied for second. And passer rating, 122.9, first. And to add to that, every time he's been named Offensive Player of the Week, it's been against the Miami Dolphins.
That's crazy, dude. Everybody
Crazy.
Who says, oh, this guy is a glorified fullback like my buddy that came on the show, Jordan, the Jet Boy. How can you? This guy has put in some work. He's put in work. We saw it all through. Just imagine if they were actually able to train together full time. Just imagine how this guy would be looking. Even nastier, man.
Now listen, I've been getting this. I'm saying the same thing you're saying, but I'm getting, but it was against Miami and the Jets. That's what I'm hearing. So this week's game is gonna be a big test. And another little tidbit for you: Josh Allen has more offense than 20 plus teams in the NFL, as a team. So he's doing really well. He's number 1 in offense right now. He's the number 1 quarterback right now as we speak. So he is definitely getting the props. But this week against the Rams, it's gonna be the true deal right now. It's gonna be the true deal.
Don't go there yet, man. And by the way, Miami's defense, they're not that bad. They're young. They have good corners. They did add players, so it's not like there's some scrubs out there playing the game.
They got beat. They literally got beat with the same play, all crossing routes up the middle. That's the only. Well, we'll get back to it later, but that's pretty much how Miami got beat, was in the crossing route.
Yeah, I mean, Byron Jones? He left with a groin injury and never came back. Mm-hmm. But still, that team is not as bad, as everybody says. They have a decent secondary. Their corner is pretty damn good. So yeah, you could look at it. Okay, it's the Dolphins. They're 0-2, but still, you got to play the game. The Jets their defense looked good against us, but look like crap against San Fran.
Horrible.
Again, they play harder for those division games, and they're rivals. Jets don't like the Bills.
We knew that was going to happen, though. We called it. We said once the division name comes, it was going to be a tough game. What's going on, Nestor?
Hold on. You see this guy? He's actually from Miami, all right? He's a Giants fan. You know why he's saying let's go Bills? Because I played him in fantasy, and he has who? Josh Allen. For the Bills, and he said, "Let's go Bills," because he beat me, and he's 2-0 in our league, and he's first place, riding that Josh Allen coattail right now and putting up crazy numbers. So yeah, what's up, Nestor? He's a cool guy from Florida. He's down in Miami.
Awesome.
Also, I don't know. I didn't even remember if it was on there or not. But hey, Josh Allen joins Patrick Mahomes in 2019, Tom Brady in 2015. And Peyton Manning in 2013 as the 4th quarterback in league history with 700 or more passing yards, 6 or more touchdown passes.
No interceptions. Ooh, I like that stat too, man.
Of the season. From the guy who has accuracy problems, who can't throw the ball, who can't sit in the pocket. The guy put in work, and he's showing what you do when you put in work. And yes, Diggs does help. And there was rumors that did, they were like, all right, give me the ball in that first half. And then supposedly at halftime, he said, hey, we need to get Cole.
Start feeding John Brown.
Yeah, in these games, we got to get these other guys involved. So there you go. He sees, and he sees how hard these guys are putting in work. And he sees the team, how the team is. And everybody says
absolutely.
A lot of people are like, go to Buffalo. I want to go to Buffalo. And then when they get there, they're like, yo, it's legit. This is like a family here. Even special with Drew Bledsoe. He's like, I didn't want to go to Buffalo. And when I went there, it's like, I actually liked Buffalo. The fans, the team is just, that feel. So I guess he's.
I think the only one that really didn't like it was Marshawn Lynch back then. I think that's the only person that really didn't like Buffalo. But getting back to Buffalo, I don't know. I thought he said it was nothing to do. I thought he said there was nothing to do and stuff like that. So he had.
Maybe the town, but he liked the team. I don't think he wanted to get traded away. but maybe
Yeah,
I'm
you
wrong.
might be right, but I might be wrong. But getting back to Diggs and John Brown, John Brown was actually got on the headset and told Dable, feed him the ball, keep feeding the ball. And then later on, after that half, like you said, that's when Diggs got the headset and said, we got to get a way to get John to get get the ball. So all this is unselfishness. Everybody talking about in Minnesota how selfish he was, and this and that, how he complained, this and that. I don't see any of that yet. Granted, we're 2-0. Granted, we played the Jets in Miami. This is going to be a big week. Because Diggs is going to be matched up with the highest paid cornerback right now. So, and he has talked trash about Josh Allen last season when he was in Jacksonville. He said that Josh Allen was trash. So we're going to see there's a lot of stuff, a lot of little storylines that are going to kick in this week. And I'm looking forward to it because I know Josh Allen's going to have his chip on his shoulder to attack that unnamed cornerback.
We got to get there. We ain't there yet. Hold on. Look at my buddies. I can tell my friends, though, some of them don't watch the show. Watch this. What do you want, Jermaine? This is my friend Jermaine from high school. We're live on the TV right now, Jermaine, and you calling me. That just tells me you don't watch the show, Jermaine. What you doing, Jermaine? What do you want? Go to YouTube, I-95 Sports Network, and watch the show, Jermaine. If not, go to Facebook, watch the show.
Viva Los Bills. That's right.
I-95 Sports Network on YouTube, okay? Or actually, I'm sharing it on my Facebook page, so go on there. And you better write a comment, Jermaine, and be like, I'm on now, okay? I gotta go, buddy. Talk to you later. Bye. I just put him on blast.
Hey.
Yeah. When you thirsty,
Empty.
that's a half hour. That's a half hour.
Empty.
These are only 10-ounce cans. Oh, by the way, look at this clown. Look at, he said, yes, sir. He's telling me, see, he's telling you what it was. Yes, sir, that was it. And then he's over here crying like a little baby because he's laughing so much. Anyway, that's a cool guy. All right. Well, let's get back to where I was. All right. So that's where he ranked in those first things. Now, another thing, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but Buffalo's ranked top 5 in offense and defense. Bills ranked, I think it was 3rd. I think they dropped to 4th from 2nd. I'm not sure. I'm just getting mixed up things because one thing said it was 3rd in total. Actually, it's 3rd in NFL with total pass offense. You might hit your prediction of Josh Allen throwing for 1,000 yards, whatever the hell it was, 30,000, not 30,000, 5,000, whatever. But he might end up doing, if he continues at this rate, it's going to be insane. He's actually 1st in the NFL with passing yards. Pretty damn good for a fullback. 2nd ranked in total defense, the team. 4th pass, 10th rush. But I think they dropped. This might have been last week's. I think they dropped to 4th after that Miami game. Mm-hmm. The Bills have gained 928 yards on offense through the first 2 games, which is the 2nd most in franchise history. Insane. Yo, Josh is working for a crazy payday if he keeps this up. All right. So besides that, let's give a congrats to Gabriel Davis and Reggie Gillian for their first touchdowns of the season as a rookie in the NFL. They got both their first touchdowns. So Moss got his last week. These guys got theirs this week. This past Sunday.
Gabriel Davis's touchdown was insane, man. I don't know if you got to see the replay on it. I mean, that was a perfect catch. There was no room for any error. I mean, he literally caught it with his fingertip. I mean, I didn't think he was going to catch it. When he caught it, I was like, that's not really a catch the way, in real time. Yeah. And then when they slowed it down, the effort, how he got open, how he stretched out, how he tucked the ball, man, that dude is something special, man. I'm excited to have him on board.
All those drills, you always see him catching the ball. It's almost like Odell Beckham. The guy's got great hands. Gillian getting his first touchdown too was great. I almost thought he didn't pass the line, but he passed the line just enough, which was awesome. Like you said, Diggs had 153 yards last Sunday. This is the crazy part, which was 40 yards more than his old team, the Minnesota Vikings, who had 113 yards passing, but lost 18 yards on sacks. So he really had 58 yards more than his old team combined. How insane is that? You think they miss him? I think so. He's also tied for the league in the NFL in receiving yards with 239 yards. So he's tied up there for the first spot. All right. I know you were talking about it. Let's go talk about last week's game. The Bills ended up winning 31-28. I didn't get to watch the game. I ended up watching replays and highlights, but I was reading it on ESPN.com play-by-play because I could not get it, and it was driving me insane. You were watching. Go ahead. I mean, I liked how the Bills were moving the ball in the first. In the first half, they had over 300 yards, which was insane.
Yeah, exactly. It was a good game. Besides, first half we were on fire. I thought everything was going to go well. First of all, Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the AFC East as we speak. The Bills are the best team right now, 2-0 in the AFC East. Feels good to say that. I just got to throw it out there.
Yeah.
And the Dolphins could be the worst team in the AFC East if it wasn't for Adam Gase and the Jets, bro. So
I was going to say, the Jets, forget it.
So, but other than that, man, I love the way they played the first half. They had a power issue. So a little bit of the game I couldn't watch because literally half of the stadium lost power. So when they come back, they had a lightning delay. So they had to go back in the locker rooms. And I feel that's where Miami got their momentum back. And they started, actually not back, but they started gaining momentum. But the third quarter was kind of a disaster. They came in the fourth quarter. They actually took the lead. But the good thing that I liked about Josh, man, they kept and Dayball. Dayball, with a lot of us complain about his play call and everything. But what I'm noticing about Dayball is that he's literally calling the offense according to the defense's weakness. Yeah. Like there was a crossing route that they all kept doing. Diggs and John and Beasley. And he kept feeding them different guys, but they kept doing that same crossing route. When you look at Miami, they didn't help their cause either. Needham got beat. I can't say his name. Igbinogeni got beat. What's his name from that came from the Patriots with the big contract? He got beat. Brian Jones got hurt with the groin injury, so that didn't help him. I mean, these guys are making money. Kyle Van Noy, $51 million. Byron Jones, $26 million.
Yeah.
There was one play that Van Noy dropped the interception. We would have been done. I don't know if you saw that play. He dropped a gimme interception deep in Bill's territory. Shaq Lawson, he's the ex-Buffalo Bills player. He got $10 million down there. He really didn't do too much. He had, 2 tackles and none for a loss against the Bills.
Yeah, he had 3 tackles.
Did he have 3 tackles? Okay, he had 3 tackles.
And 1 QB hit. No, I got the stats up. I pulled up here.
Okay. Yeah. The Dolphins actually had a good chance to win the game. I mean, there was a drop pass there that they could have won the game. But other than that, listen, the Bills – Josh Allen stayed poised, and I don't know how many comebacks he's had so far, fourth quarter comebacks, but this one needs to be added to his repertoire because they were leading in the fourth quarter, and he took back over the lead. But I want to hear your overall feeling on the game, but I'm excited that we came back. I mean, I really wasn't, even early in the fourth quarter when we lost the lead, I still wasn't nervous like the old time Bills. Like I'd be like, oh, here we go. Here it is. Now it's going to be a last possession deal, or we're gonna lose this game. I can't believe it. I never felt that in my gut. This is different Bills team. We've talked about it. There's so many leaders now. Josh, Diggs. I'm loving what we got in Diggs, man. A lot of people ask me, hey, do you think did you guys pay a lot for it for him? I'm like, nah, man. He's already worth his weight in gold.
That's the thing. We already knew what he was, so it's not like you're picking up one of these rookie wide receivers and you don't know. No disrespect to Hodgins. Hodgins was a later round pick, but you pick him and you're like, all right, is he going to make the team? We don't know. Davis is stepping up. He's actually getting 40% of the reps the last 2 weeks, which is great. Hodgins probably next year will slide in there somewhere and start picking up. But just say half these guys, you don't know. You could have wasted a first round pick and they never panned out. At least you know what Diggs was, what they were
Absolutely.
bringing. The only difference was you were hoping you didn't have that problem he had in Minnesota here. And it seems to
Yeah.
be like he sees what the Bills are, and from what everybody says, it's like a big family. Everybody's there, everybody's love, everybody's pushing one another. And like he
Mhm.
said, bro, you want to fight for Josh Allen. This guy is crazy. He goes out there and gives it all.
I don't know if you've seen, if you're a defensive guy and you look at a quarterback, the way he ran over Van Noy, the way he ran over, that's going to be it's going to be for years to come one of the best plays that I've seen by a quarterback.
That's the play they ended up whistling it dead, right? After he ran over him.
Yeah, because they forward progress.
They stop it. He was still moving. And you should, if that was like, let's say, who's not a mobile quarterback, I don't know, who's like, say if that was Big Ben who could barely run or whatever, then you stop it. But Josh Allen, look at what he did to the linebacker, Van Noy, like you said right before that. He's going to the next player. He already ran him over too. He had almost the first down, and they stopped it, 4 yards short? That was a bad call. Another bad
From the moment of contact, he got 7 yards after that.
And another bad call was, and by the way, he almost lost that football. Good thing he didn't, because it bobbled.
At the tail end of that.
Wrap it up. But another bad call was that hit by McKenzie that they said it was an illegal block. It was a good block. The guy came down. What do you want the guy just to move so he could tackle the play?
That was a bad call.
Put him on
the blindside back.
Yeah, that was a good shot. Bad call too by the refs, and I believe it killed one of the drives, which should have happened. A little notes about this game, just real quick. I mean, I know you said what you want. They had 11,000. That was called 11,700 people instead of the 13,000 they were hoping for, which was great. I mean, the fans were there. Oh, it's 30 minutes. Hold on, let me
let me know.
Let me reach down to my cooler. I suppose they'll give a little Yankee support again. All right. This was a birthday gift from my boys. All right, let me put that one there. Hey, here we go. Hey, ready? Cheers again.
Salud.
Salud. There we go. There you go. This is
oh man, I got it all on the screen. I got it all on my screen, but can you see it?
No.
All right, we'll leave it alone now. I'll let it drip.
All right, let's put a second half of the show. All right, so instead of 13,000, they had 11,000. If you saw the highlights or watched the game, Josh chucks the ball in the end zone, points up. He was actually throwing the ball to his parents who were in attendance from California, which was pretty cool. One thing I didn't sucked was Dawson Knox. He ended up leaving the game with concussion. He hasn't practiced the last few days, so I guess he's still in concussion protocol. One thing that drove me crazy was every time I was reading these damn play-by-plays, it was it Gesicki, like you say, I guess, was eating us up. The guy had, 160 yards, I think?
Yeah, he had some amazing catches, too, during the game, I mean.
2 catches, 130 yards, and a touchdown. And like you said, I saw some plays. The guy had some amazing catches. It was like Miami was picking up.
He's a great player.
Wallace. Levi was on some of these guys. And I don't know why. Every time I was looking, it seemed like Levi Wallace was on the tight end.
I'm not saying nothing. I'm not saying nothing. I'm not saying nothing.
But look at the one touch. It wasn't a touchdown. It got to the 1 yard line. It was against Trey White. I think he was
Trey. Yeah.
Too. It was like nobody to guard this guy. It was like, come on, man.
His hands were amazing. I got to give credit's due. The kid got hands. The kid's a great player. No matter who was on him, he
one-handed catch. He jumped up and
beautiful, beautiful in stride too. In stride, I never thought he would get that. We check the man for Stickum, bro. Check him. Check the man.
I heard Stickum, but you can't let that happen. One thing. All right, let me keep going. What else I got? The Bills went into half at 17 to 10 lead. One thing, if I was the head coach, if I was the GM, what would drive me crazy is the last 2 weeks, they've gone in the second quarter, the opposing team's gotten the ball, and they played soft defense, and they've given up a field goal. They did it last week, and they did it again with the Dolphins. You can't do that. Even with the Jets, you give them momentum. The Jets came out when they came out at halftime, what they do? They ended up scoring a touchdown. It was a broken play, fine, but you gave them that momentum. Hey, guys, listen, we just got 3 points. Let's go. We could do this. We just showed we could drive, and you did it. And then you did it again with Miami, with Fitzmagic. You can't – that guy, he's going to play the whole game, and he's going to put the whole team on his shoulders if he has to, and he'll go through work. You know that
One thing that you say about Fitz, we could talk all we want about him. He is a great player. He didn't really have the weapons, but he did attack the middle. Tremaine Edmonds was there. Matt Milano wasn't there, and it showed. I know you probably got a better update than I do, but I know they were at practice today, full pad. So that's a good sign because Jared Goff this week is gonna attack the middle. So I think and the tight end that they got is amazing. So
we'll get to that too because they're gonna watch the film on this and they're gonna be like, "What the hell did they do to the Bills?" But anyway. You can't be giving up a field goal, even though it's a field goal. They didn't give up a touchdown, but you gave up a field goal. You play the soft defense, which drives me insane, and everybody's the whole cliche prevent defense prevents you from winning. You need to stop that. If your defense is shutting these guys down, don't give them 3 points. You want to get those 3 points, earn it. You got to beat us. I hate that. It drives me insane because I was reading it, and then I'm seeing boom. To the tight end, bam, whatever it was. To the tight end again, boom. And I think it was a 52-yard field goal before the half. Boom, now they're up. And then the freakishness with the lights going out. And then there's a storm, lightning. So now this just gives Miami more time to be like, hey, guys, we're only
to adjust. They did it. They did their adjustments. Absolutely.
They did. And they were like, hey, we're only 7 points down now. We're not 10 points anymore. At least if they go down 10, you stop them. You don't allow that. They're like, man, we're down 10 points. God forbid the Bills come in, stop them, get them, 3 them out, and then put out some more points. Now either they're going to give up or, but you give them that extra momentum, which drives me. Now, the other thing, like you said, dude, they were eating up the middle. And there were some great plays. This kid made some nasty plays. But if you're already doing that, go man with Trey. I mean, Levi, they just kept going at him. I mean, you can't. He had coverage on him. It wasn't like he was really getting beat.
He was. The coverage was good. You know me with Levi, but the coverage was there, man. There were just some amazing catches, bro. Real talk.
I noticed from the highlights they ended up putting Serene Neal out there at corner.
Serene Neal.
Yeah. So I mean, no disrespect to Levi. I mean, the guy puts in work, and he was trying. He was there. This guy was making some amazing catches. He made them against.
It could have went even if Josh Norman was in there doing the coverage. I mean, the dude. Yeah. They were catching the ball. I can't. You know me. I'm hard on Levi Wallace.
Yeah.
Especially from last season with the missed tackles and whatnot. But I must admit, the coverage was there, man. It is what it is. The coverage is there. It could have went either way. He just got the losing end of the stick. That's all. But ain't no love lost with him.
The problem, all right, listen, our defense is ranked up there. We're still good. I can't hate, really. You still got the win. You can't, Kyle Fitzpatrick.
That's right, Kyle.
You can't count that guy out, man. He's a beast. The thing is, to me, if you're going to do that, go one-on-one with Trey out there, okay? Double up or help out Levi, unless they're going 4 wide receiver sets. The tight end, okay, put somebody else on him. If that's the case, I mean, White had to stick Devontae Parker or whoever else. They're stuck out there. Try to go a zone mix in the middle. Drop your linebacker into the middle where they're going. It was like soft coverage. I don't know. It just drove me nuts. And then we go down into the second half. Every time I was watching, I know I had the few missed calls or whatever. It was like the Bills Miami just drove down. If Williams catches that touchdown,
it'll be done.
4th down, we don't win this game. The Bills do not win this game. Miami drove every time in the second half. Luckily, we stopped them. Luckily, they went for it, and they stopped them on 4th down. But that was a touchdown pass. He should have caught that. There was no reason. That went through his hands. That was a touchdown pass. Fine. We're losing. We drive down. You get the touchdown. It was great. I mean, John Brown was all the way over there. The one pass, actually, before this, I saw Josh made pretty much every smart decision except for the one he forced to Diggs. That he pulled it down. That was
I can't believe he caught that. Whew.
He should have. That was insane. But he caught it. He brought it down, and Josh had somebody. I don't know if it was Beasley or was it
on the other side,
wide open.
Wide open, yeah.
Force it into triple coverage because it looked like it was triple coverage, at least double. But
it was double coverage, yeah.
Down. He brought it down. It was a great catch by him. Then he came up working. So it was good, But you can't be doing that. You're not going to be able to do that against these guys next week. Not going to happen. And you can't allow a team, you're up, they took the lead, fine. Bills come, drive down, get the big play. And then once that happened, Kyle, actually, I was texting Kyle. I know you were watching. Kyle watches. Kyle and I text each other every game day. And Kyle could tell you, I'm like, don't play prevent defense before the half. What happens? They play prevent defense, they get the field. Drove me crazy.
That's one of the things about Daboll, though. I mean, a lot of people complain about, hey, when you're taking the lead, why don't you put your foot on their neck and just keep pounding and pounding? It seems like he goes conservative. You know what I'm saying? And me and you talked about that in the beginning of our show, not this show, but in the beginning when we started our show, on how Daboll needs to just keep putting pressure on it and blow these teams out. Just blow them away. Look, we were talking about our defense, how soft we were on this defense. I mean, Fitz is Fitz. Either he's on or he's off. With us, he went 31 for 47 for 328 yards, and 2 scores. So he didn't have a crappy game. He put up 28 points. That's not an easy feat to do against the Buffalo Bills defense for sure.
No, not at all. He made our defense not look like a top 5 defense though. That's I mean, look at Devin Singletary. He broke for an 18-yard long rush. He had 56 yards. He was averaging 5.6 yards a carry. Okay, listen, you want to throw the ball, that's great. There's times you have to slow it down. Zach Moss, 8 carries, 37 yards, averaging 4.6 yards a carry. Josh Allen, 4 for 19. He had 4.8. Do we want him running? No. Fine. But your 2 backs were getting yards. You got to use these guys too. You want the beautiful long, deep passes. You want to keep everybody happy. But when it comes down to it, you got to kill the clock sometimes. All right. The whole John Brown catching that deep pass to take the lead in the 4th, that was beautiful. You know what? Okay. I get it. It was there. Take it. But don't play soft defense. You have less than 4 minutes, almost 4 minutes. What I text Kyle could say, yo, don't play prevent defense, please. And me watching the highlights, the guys were 5-6 yards off the receivers, even in the middle.
No press coverage. Yeah, I saw that.
Dumping it. They drove down in no time. Okay, you had less than a minute left. The 2-point conversion, it was a great catch by the tight end. There was coverage again on him, and he still caught it like a beast. I think, was it Trey on him, or Trey was right there, tried to swipe it. He missed it. But the coverage was there. Insane. Anyway, you can't do that. Now let's move on to this week. They're playing the Rams. Rams are also top 10 offense and defensively. You're not going to be able to drop and let these guys play like this. They got beat, like you said. They have a good squad. There's nothing soft about these Rams, and then you got the big man, Darnold, in the middle. Aaron Donald in the middle at defensive tackle. Our center and guards are going to be busy. Exactly. What they're doing playing prevent defense. I hate that. I was going so crazy. What I thought of was, remember Buddy Ryan went and punched, I think it was Kevin Gilbert or something like that. When he
Gilbride. Kevin Gilbride, yeah.
I was McDermott, I'd walk over there and Frazier would be like, what are you doing? Stop it. Because if they get that onside kick, I think we lose that game. Even with the minute, the way they were driving, with 40 seconds, either they tied the game and then we go over to overtime. I think they would have beat us. And it drove me crazy. You get up those points. Insane. Not even besides them killing my picks for the week because of the spread. But whatever. It drove me crazy because you can't play that prevent defense. Sorry, I went on a rant. Let's move on to
Hey,
You know,
you're saying what a lot of our Buffalo Bill fans are thinking, so it's all good, bro.
like we say we're a show by the fans for the fans.
That's right.
All right, here we go. Listen, the Rams beat the Cowboys week 1, 20-17. Last week, I picked them. They smacked up Philly 37-19. And at one point, Philly was leading that game, and I was like, wow, what's
Yeah.
going on here? Second half, they went off. They just destroyed them. You know,
I
okay.
thought the Rams have never trailed. From what I understood, I thought they were leading in the.
Or it was close, or they were losing at one point, I think.
It was close because I don't think the Rams
look.
have ever trailed. Yeah, I don't think the Rams have trailed this season any part of the games. Yeah, I
So
think
the
they've
Rams,
always continued.
they were actually ranked 11th last week defensively. Now they're 9th. So they're getting better. All right. They're keeping QBs at a rating of 73.6%. I looked at it and I kind of chuckled because I was like, you know what? That's where Josh Allen used to live below that. So it's okay.
Everything else is a bonus.
That's not the fear. Yeah, I was like, 13% even more than he used to have. But anyway.
Hey, but offensively, we're ranked 3rd in the league. I think we got, 460 yards per game. And the Rams are 5th in the league with 435. So they're not shabby either.
No,
our defense better be on their A game.
Dude, listen. They're keeping offensive drives to about 32.9% on first downs or getting a first down. So you know you got to put up a fight even to get a first down.
Absolutely.
Like I said, our offense, no, they were a top 5. Like you said, they're 5 after being ranked 8th or something like that. The Bills actually slipped from 2nd to 4th defensive-wise because of the last game. Listen, Carson Wentz, when they played him, he had 242 yards with 2 picks. And they ran for 121 yards. Now, Prescott, he had 266 yards against them with 1 touchdown, and the Cowboys were able to run for 136 yards. Both teams still lost against them. What we have to do is, like I said, we can't give up yards to their tight ends like we did against Miami because they're going to watch that film and they're going to be like, hey, look what this kid did, even though he had some great plays, but hey, let's try to do the same thing. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but that's what they're going to try to do. You know, it's not good. We can't do that because if we do, they're going to lose. No doubts about it. You can't put it in. I mean, honestly, this was a game I think I picked the Bills to lose, but the way they're playing, I'm saying we like I'm playing, and I'm rooting, whatever. I'm part of the team. The way they're playing, I could see them hanging with them and possibly winning this game. There's no reason why not to. Like you said, Jalen Ramsey talked smack about Allen last time when he was in Jacksonville. Even though he didn't beat him with his arm, they still beat him. The Bills beat him, you know, and they talk much smack after it. Say he's a baller, but he didn't throw the ball. So whatever. Still beat him. Our boy comes back, Robert Woods. I was always a Robert Woods fan. You know, they didn't want to pay the guy, and plus he wanted to go home to LA. He always reminded me of Hines Ward from Pittsburgh Steelers. This guy could catch and he could block on like nobody's business. Yeah. So I mean, quick injury report for them. Cam Akers has bruised ribs. Malcolm Brown had a broken finger. He had surgery to repair it, but they've been keeping him off like practice a little. Their offensive lineman, Joe Noteboom, has an injured calf, and Darius Williams, a defensive back of theirs, has an ankle issue. They're still scheduled to play, but whatever. Kyle, I hear Milano will be active Sunday. He's always a factor when on the field. Yeah, you can tell we need him.
We're going to need him.
Totally different when those two guys on. I didn't think we would have such a drop-off with AJ and the other guys. It drives me crazy. Quick thing here. Let's take that down, Bob, and we're going to throw it.
And real quick,
go ahead.
We actually need Milano because they got that tight end that they got, the Tyler Higbee guy that's really, really good. I mean, he's tied for 2nd in the NFL with 3 receiving touchdowns as a tight end, all which he scored last week. But with Edmonds and Milano's return, we don't really know what's going on. I mean, I know they were padded up, but, you know, full pad. So I'm assuming they're going to be on the field. If they could limit Higbee in this game, I think we win. That's why I think, in my opinion, is where.
Because you got Everett as a backup. Everett's a beast too. Higbee's a monster, and then you have Everett. You got 2 good tight ends there.
Yeah,
So you can't be slacking.
And 3 running backs. You can't forget they got a rotation of 3 running backs.
Well, that's
they've been. They're all ballers.
But Akers has bruised ribs,
Okay.
and then Malcolm Brown with his finger who it's broken, or he had surgery to repair it. So who knows? He's been somewhat out of practice, but they're saving him for game that he's supposed to play. On our end, here we go. These were the injury reports per Bills PR. Like you see, Mario Addison was rest. He didn't practice today. Cole Beasley didn't practice on Wednesday with a hip and thumb banged up, but he practiced today fully. John Brown, foot. I didn't know. He was limited today. They should play. Tremaine Edmonds was limited yesterday, limited today. Jake Fromm, they're just keeping him away. God forbid anybody gets COVID. So he's staying away from everybody pretty much. Jerry Hughes, I guess, rest. Tyron Johnson, groin, didn't practice, and now he was limited today. Knox, as you can see, is in concussion protocol.
Yeah, concussion protocol.
Milano, limited. Hopefully, like Kyle said, I hope he plays. The guy's a beast. Zach Morris, look at his toe. Toes aren't fun to be messing with. Didn't practice. Ed Oliver, he got banged up in the game. Didn't practice Wednesday. He was limited today. This bothers me a little. I keep seeing Deshaun Phillips. This is the second week he hasn't practiced or anything. Put him on the IR. Bring somebody else up. That's where I would say with that. Why keep keeping him on the roster there if he's not practicing or anything? I didn't think he was that banged up, but he is. Hey, sit him. Don't let him go crazy. Now, with the matchup on paper, I think we're looking pretty good. They're gonna.
One thing I do want to say real quick. I'm hoping Milano comes back. It looks like he's going to come back. But Tyrell Dodson was flying all over the field, man. I was actually impressed with what he did this week. So, in terms of flying towards the tackles and everything, but in the middle of the field, Milano's a way better coverage. It was evident that Milano really couldn't cover those pass guys, like the tight ends. He could really stay close to them. But I just want to give Tyrell Dodson a shout out. I thought he was doing pretty good considering the facts of what's going on, but he was flying, man.
He looked good in week 1 against the Jets, but you see the difference, man.
I like his motor. I like the way he's at the plays. Yeah, absolutely.
But you see the difference with Milano missing and with Edmonds missing. High-scoring games, Rams, Sunday in Orchard Park. I think it could end up going to a shootout. I mean, if the Bills play like they did against the Dolphins, listen.
Over 50. Over under 50.
Yeah, I can see that. Let's see what we got here. I'm looking at their roster. Offensive wise, Coop. All right, so probably Trey will probably be on Coop. And a lot of times Trey doesn't really follow anybody. So they leave the guys there. They're gonna go at Wallace, especially after last week. They see him as their weak spot, unless they're gonna start Neal, which is a possibility. But I like Wallace, man. So Wallace is going to be on either.
Sticking to your guns. Sticking to your guns.
He's good. They're not really going to go at Trey White. He's going to get all the attention. Slide a guy over. Just don't make it obvious.
Do you think – another question for you. I know Kyle asked about a high-scoring game. Do you think Josh Allen's going to shy away from
no
the cornerback?
No,
Ramsey, Jalen Ramsey. You think he's going to attack him?
Yeah, he don't care. He doesn't care. And you know what? He has to be smart about it. Don't force it. You attack him.
I think John Brown's going to have a huge game today, this weekend. I think John Brown's going to be another.
Going to have a big game.
Beasley.
I think Beasley's going to have a big game.
They got nobody to cover him. They got no third guy to cover him.
No, I mean, all right. You got to have Hill. You have Jalen Ramsey. Ramsey, if they're going to play him, they're probably going to keep him on Diggs the whole game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's going to spy on him. Absolutely.
Hill's on Brown. Fine. Beasley and the running back Singletary and Knox are the guys who have to step up. And
but Knox got a concussion. Knox ain't going to be in.
Tyler Croft was in there. Croft and I forgot they actually, which I found weird. I thought Williams, the running back from Antoine Williams or whatever. Is it Antoine Williams or Williams from North Carolina, the rookie? They signed him to the practice squad, which I already thought he was. And Nate Becker, they brought back to the practice squad and put Evan Boehm on the practice squad injured list or something. So I thought they were there already. I guess they weren't, but they're back on. Knox, I don't think Knox is going to play, especially if he is in concussion protocol. So we're going to see Croft, Lee Smith, and who knows? I think Tommy Sweeney's still out. Did anybody pick up Chrome? I mean, there were. Oh no, you got Gillian. So you're going to see a lot of Croft and Gillian. You know, going on. My main thing is the offensive line. We have to see how they handle Darnold. Darnold's a monster.
It's a beast, monster, man.
You know, he's going to be coming at you. You know it. I don't think the Rams are really a big-time blitzing team. I think they allow
they will utilize him.
Yeah, and their front four are good, man. I think it just comes down our offensive line. If our offensive line could control Darnold, I think they win this game. I don't think it's an issue. I think they win this game. Hopefully, if they play this prevent stuff, I'm going to go up to Buffalo myself. Or smack somebody around. They can't be doing that. And that's another good thing is that the Rams are coming to Buffalo. You know, hopefully they get some jet lag and not feeling too hot about it.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I'm hoping for. I mean, what do you think? I think if with their running backs banged up, that's good for us. But you know, who knows? I don't see anybody else.
I think it's good. I think you know, to answer Kyle's question, I think it's going to be more of a defensive game. To be honest with you, being that the running backs are banged up, being that Milano, I don't think it's going to be a high scoring game. You could go with the 50 plus. A lot a saying it's going to be 50 plus over 50 over. But I really, to be honest with you, I think it's going to be more of a 24-20 game, a real close. It's definitely going to be a close game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. So I'm going with a 24-20 Bills win. I think it's going to come down to who has the ball in the last possession.
I hope it doesn't come down to that. I hope the Bills listen.
I hope not either. We're a Bills fan. I hope we blow them out so I can have 3 of these suckers next week.
Right? Like I said, I actually thought the Bills. I told you this last time. I was like, I could see these Bills beating most of these teams. You know, last week with Miami going crazy like that, I didn't like it. Is Jared Goff as good as Ryan Fitzpatrick? I think Goff is good. I like him, but he's not as crazy as Fitzpatrick is. I think Fitzpatrick.
He just don't care. He just don't care.
He's going to throw the ball, and he will look. I think Jared Goff, if we could get pressure on him, he'll make mistakes. And that's what I'm hoping for. I think Diggs, and it's going to be great to see Diggs and Ramsey go at it. I think it's going to be a great battle. And I think
it's going to be fun.
I think the Diggs could get the best of them. But I honestly believe Cole Beasley is going to have a really good
big game. I agree with you. John Brown and Cole Beasley are going to be and believe it or not, with Gilliam getting his first touchdown pass, I think they're going to get him more involved also. So I think you got to look for him to get a decent game also.
Yeah, I don't know how much they're going to use him. I mean, he had 1 catch, 1 yard, 1 touchdown.
But he looked good doing it.
Davis had 1 catch, 6 yards, 1 touchdown. You know, that's fine with me as long as you get in the end zone.
I'll take it.
So we got to go over our picks. We got a few minutes. Look for a big game for Jerry.
Real quick.
I hope so.
On the straight up.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Jerry Hughes needs to come back, but he hurt his knee or something. So let's see how. I think he was out in practice this week. I went 13-3 on the straight up this week, which puts me at 25-7. So we're going.
Then with my what's it called? You watched the game. So did Kyle. Did AJ even get in the game?
Yeah, he did. He got in. I think he got half a sack or something like that. He did all right. He did actually get to play. You know me, I'm always watching him. So
yeah, they didn't even have him on the stat sheet. All right. Yeah. Anyway, with the sad spread, I went 7-9, which is horrible. Yeah. I didn't look if they would have went straight up or what it would have been, but I had a rough week. Bills killed my 1 ticket. because I thought they were going to win. But anyway, let's forget about that week. This week, I'm looking at it. This week kind of stinks too. I'm not a big
Mhm.
fan of the spreads and stuff. But away we go. Even with tonight's game, I don't know if it started yet. Probably did. But all right, Miami, Jacksonville. I actually like Minshew. People hate on the kid. I actually think, and he's playing better than anybody thought. And so are the Jaguars. They're playing better than anybody thought. But I think Miami gets their first win. I mean, they were kind
Mm.
of banged up. I don't know. I just think I kind of want to go with Jacksonville -3, but I think Fitzmagic's mad about letting one slip away. And I think this Miami defense is kind of mad and they're fighting for Miami or Florida. So the battle of Florida, I think I'm going to pick Miami -3. What do you
Man, I got what the Jacksonville been like. They surprised me. They could easily be 2-0.
think?
Because of that last game that they had. Mainz is kind of shoddy. I'm looking for Gardner Minshew to have a big game, and I think the Jags are going to take it on this one. I got them going 30-27
All right, so we got 10
for
minutes.
the Jags.
We got 10 minutes before.
All right,
Bobby
just breeze right through it. Breeze right through it. Breeze right through it.
By the way, it's the stash against the beard and stuff. Chicago and Atlanta. Now Atlanta's -3, which I'm surprised because a lot of their guys were banged up and they haven't been practicing. Honestly, I wanted to take Atlanta. Oh, whoa, what's this? Oh, Jesus, look at that. Miami's already up 7-0. Thanks for the update,
Wow.
Bobby. Look at that.
Can I rescind on my pick? Can I rescind on my pick?
I wanted to take Atlanta -3 because I think this team is so mad that they want to win, man. There's 2 games they were leading. You know what? I'm going to stay with Atlanta. I'm going to take Atlanta -3. They're going to be so mad that they're going to go after these damn Chicago Bears. What do you think?
Man, I don't know, man. The Falcons, bro, they're in desperation mode, man. I mean, after that big loss to Dallas, I mean, that's got to be like the equivalent of somebody coming and kicking you in the nuts, bro. I mean, that was a hard loss.
Sure. That was
Real
like
talk.
Super Bowl loss.
It was, yeah.
Came back
Exactly. That's the same feeling they must have. You know what I mean? When they go down, when the fans ask what was the worst loss, they're going to go back to that Super Bowl against New England, and they're going to come back to this one against Dallas. So
Yeah.
I think they're in desperation mode right now. Chicago, the offense ain't really clicking. So I think the Falcons are going to win big here. So I got them going 24-10.
All right. So we agree. All right. Now, Washington against Cleveland. Cleveland's -7. I mean, where was the Washington of week 1 last week? I didn't see them. They got smacked up by
They got blown out.
Cleveland, so much talent. They need to step up. If Washington plays like they did last week, I have Cleveland beating them by 7. I don't know why I think this Cleveland team with all this talent is going to win, but I'm taking Cleveland -7 at home.
I'm with you. I think the Browns are going to run all over and up and down Washington, even though if they're – God, Lord, I keep getting my phone call. There's somebody tell me I picked wrong. So, anyway, I got the Browns. I got the Browns beating them 21-10. I got the Browns beating the Washington.
All right. So now
the Washington. I don't even know what to call them. The Washington team.
Washington football team.
Okay.
Right. I just left it at Washington. Tennessee against Minnesota. Tennessee is -2.5. The way Minnesota's been playing so bad, I'm going to take Tennessee, even though they struggled against Jacksonville. But Jacksonville, like I said, has been playing better than anybody thought. Everybody thought they were tanking, but they're playing competitively. Tennessee wins. That's one of my favorites so far this week. Tennessee. Go ahead.
I don't know, man. I know the Titans are 2-0. They're looking pretty good, but I mean the Vikings are kind of like they're in desperation mode. I think. I know the defense isn't that good, but I think they're gonna track in. I think they might take this one in a close one, 21-17.
What? This is coming from the guy when you were laughing at Minnesota's defense last week.
We'll see. We'll see how it pans out.
All right, Vegas against the New England Patriots. which Vegas team shows up? The team that played New Orleans or the team from week 1? I hope the team from week 1 this week shows up, and I hope they hand New England their second loss so New England could go to 1-2. The team seems to be buying in with Cam. They like Cam. They played 2 really good games. They probably should have won that first one, and they took Seattle to overtime. But I'm going to take the Vegas Knights. I was going to say, not the hockey team, but the Vegas Raiders. Oh, look at that. Oh, what happened to Vinny? Vinny's gone? Oh, man, I guess nobody wanted to hear his pick. That's messed up. Anyway, not yet. Here we go. I don't know what clip that was, but Vinny's coming back. So hold on. Here comes Vinny with his pick. Bobby, you going to shoot him in? There's Vinny. I don't know what happened to you.
Can you see me? There you go. I don't know. Bobby pressed the delete button on me after I said the Minnesota Vikings were going to beat the Titans. He threw me out the room.
Oh, I see what Bobby's doing. Bobby's throwing a meme of the Buffalo Bills jumping through tables. Look at this. This Bobby doesn't even give us a heads up. He just shoots stuff out there.
You ready? Ready? Let's get it going. I don't know. I think, the Raiders are 2-0. Okay.
Yeah.
It's going to be a road game. I don't think they're going to do too well. New England's defense is a little shoddy, a little bit weird, but I think the Patriots take this one 21-14.
Oh, man. I hope not. I hope you're wrong on this one. All right. San Fran at the New York Football Giants. My thing, it comes down to this. If Jimmy Garoppolo plays, I think they have a shot to beat the Giants. If Vinny does not, if Garoppolo doesn't play, I think the Giants win. Right now, San Fran's -4. They're going into New York. They complained about the turf. The NFL went in there and inspected it and said it's up to code. So stop whining, I guess they're saying. Again, if Garoppolo plays, I think I will take San Fran, but I'm going with the Giants to get their first win. Their first win. So good.
Man, this is a tough one to call, man, with all the injuries that both teams have, especially that's important injuries. Like you said, if Jimmy comes in and plays, he'll be all right. I think they win. But if not, it's yet to be seen. But it's going to be a squeaker, man. I got the 49ers 21-20 against the Giants. I can't call it, bro. I can't call it, man.
They would cover. By the way,
they would cover. Yeah.
The Giants signed Devontae Freeman as their running back, so that should help them out. Now, Cincinnati is going into Philadelphia. Philadelphia's -5. In Philadelphia, I can't trust that team until their offensive line is fully healthy. So I'm going to go with Cincinnati getting 5 to get their first win of the year. So I'm going Cincy. I'm going crazy. Crazy. What do you think?
Man, I don't agree with you. I'm sticking with the Eagles again. Every week I'm like, they got to come out this slump. They're both 0-2. Burrow's played pretty good. I watched him play against the Browns. He played pretty decent. It wasn't too bad, but the Eagles have been struggling on defense. They're 0-2. They're both 0-2. Bengals don't look too good on defense either. Oh, okay. I got the Eagles. 27. I got the Bengals 17.
All right, quick, because I just saw a time. Bobby said 8:45.
Okay, let's go.
We got some more time.
Real quick.
All right, Houston, Pittsburgh. Is Houston going to go 0-3 for the first time in I don't know how long? What? Yeah, I'm going to pick Pittsburgh because I don't know who this Houston team is. And Pittsburgh's D is legit. Pittsburgh's giving up -4. I'm taking Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh also. they lost. Texas lost to the Chiefs on the road and Ravens at home. They're not doing too well. Pittsburgh coming in 2-0. Pittsburgh 27, Texas 17.
All right. Good there. All right. We got 5 more minutes, Bobby said. Cool. All right. Here we go. New York Jets are going into Indy to play the Colts. Listen, do the Jets give up on themselves and say, that's it, we're done this season? Or do they go in there and try to smack somebody in the mouth? Listen, Indy's giving up 10.5 points as of right now. These are all, by the way, from ESPN spread. I don't know if it's the same. It might change or whatever. You know what I'm doing? I'm taking Gang Green. I'm not saying they're winning, but
you're taking the sticker.
Hello.
All right. I was like, hold up. All right. I got you.
I'm not saying they're winning. I think they're covering that spread. 10.5 points is a lot, and I don't trust Phillips. Go ahead.
Yeah. The Colts didn't look too bad blowing away the Vikings, but then again, it's the Vikings defense. So the gangrene is going to be gangrene. I think they're going to have a horrible season. As from what I'm seeing right now, I know they played as good the first game, but everything else that I'm seeing, they don't look too good at all. I got to blow it. I got the Colts 24. I got the gangrene 10.
Yeah, I'm going to hit this for Bobby because with my pick, there it goes. Watch this. Whoa, silly. I wonder where Bobby got that. All right, we're going down to Carolina. Is going to the Los Angeles Chargers. Listen, the Chargers have played pretty damn tight football the last 2 weeks. No Tyrod this week, but the rookie looked good. And you know what? No McCaffrey, but in Teddy I trust. I'm thinking Carolina is going to – I don't know if they'll win the game, but I think they'll cover the 6.5 spread. Chargers are giving up 6.5. Rookie guy in there. I don't know. We'll see. But I think I'm taking Carolina. I think they might lose by 3 points or so. But we'll see. Go ahead.
Nah, man. No way. Christian McCaffrey's out. I kind of liked Carolina at the beginning of the season, but seeing how they played both games, especially with McCaffrey out, and Chargers did really good against Patrick Mahomes on defense. I think it's going to be a blowout, man. I got the Chargers blowing them out, freaking 28-10.
What? By the way, I think Kansas City underestimated the Chargers. That's what I think. All right, Tampa Bay going up to Mile High. Tampa Bay is giving away 6 points. Where's Gronk bid? It doesn't matter. Brady's like, don't worry about it. That's what's going to happen. I think they're setting you up because everybody's going to forget about Gronk and say he's done. And then one day, Brady and him are going to light
him up for have a bomb day.
Yep. No Lindsey, no Sutton, no what's his name, Luck or whatever his name is.
Drew Lock, yeah, man.
Starts. He's 1-7 as a starter. No bueno. I'm going to take Tampa Bay minus the 6. By the way, they signed Blake Bortles as their backup quarterback.
Yeah, it's going to be a mess over there. Lock's gone. I agree with you. It's going to be a blowout. Bucks 24, Broncos 13.
Nice. Going down to Arizona. Detroit's picking up their Lions and going down to Arizona and try to catch themselves some little Cardinals. I don't think it's going to happen. Arizona is a surprise team for me. I didn't think they would be this good. I said it came down to their defense because their offense, a lot of weapons. Hopkins is loving it over there. I think Arizona has too much talent for this Detroit team, even though Galloway may return this week. I think Arizona wins easily by 5.5, so I'm taking the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, Kyler Murray's he's been doing really well over there. Lions, another team been hit by injuries too, man. They've been having leads in both games. They blow both leads in both games that they had. I don't see them. I'm with you, man. I see the Cardinals about 29-21 beating the Lions.
All right, the big Lone Stars heading down to Seattle to go face the 12th man list Seattle Seahawks. Seattle's actually giving up 4.5 points. Seattle's one of those teams I love to play because for some reason their lines are always close. But anyway, 4.5 against Dallas. Listen, if Dallas falls behind like they did against Atlanta with Seattle, that's not happening. Pete Carroll ain't letting these come back. I'm taking Seattle because they're one of the best all-around teams, offense, defensive-wise, in the league, and they're really well coached. 4.5, Seattle for me.
I'm with you, man. I think Dak had a great game last week in the comeback win. He threw 450-plus yards. Seattle don't really impress me on defensively. Russell Wilson is Russell Wilson, so I think it's going to be a shootout. I got the Seahawks 31, Dallas 28.
All right, Monday night, quick. Here we go. Crazy matchup, man. Honestly, these two teams have been playing good teams every week so far as well. Kansas City is facing Baltimore. Rematch of last year's playoffs. Baltimore is actually 3.5 favorite, or they're giving up 3.5 points to Kansas City, maybe because they're home. I'm going to take Kansas City. They smacked them up last year. I think they might do it again. I would like to see Baltimore beat them, but I think Kansas City wins, getting 3.5.
That's a good call, man. I mean, Ravens lost to the Titans last year, so they didn't really get a chance to play Chiefs. I think, Chiefs, we really haven't seen them progress offensively like we thought we would. I mean, the first game against Houston, they did really well. But then again, it was against Houston. Houston doesn't impress me this year. So I also got the Chiefs. I got them going 28, Ravens 21.
By the way, I skipped Green Bay, New Orleans. My bad. Green Bay is actually getting 3 points from New Orleans. Michael Thomas is still out. Devontae Parker's been banged up. But the way Green Bay's been playing, I'm taking Green Bay. New Orleans didn't look all that great, and they lost to the Raiders, which was pretty surprising to me. I'm going to take Green Bay until they lose. Hey, I'm going to ride that wave.
Yeah. This is gonna be a good one, man. I think it's gonna be a shootout. I think it's gonna be a close game. If Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay, with their offense, if Drew Brees can hang with them, it's gonna be a tight game. But if he can't, I think they're done. But if he does, I got the Packers 28. I got the Saints 24.
Last but not least, Buffalo against the Rams. I left it for last because it's our game. I'm going to be a fan, and I'm going to say, screw it. I'm going with the Buffalo Bills -2. I'm probably giving 2. This is going to be a tough-fought game. Hey, put up or shut up. You guys got to where is it? You got put in the work, boy. Stop playing prevent, Frazier. Go ahead. Who you got?
Of course, I got the Bills, man. It's gonna be a tough game. It's gonna be a real test. Thanks a lot with 13-0 Miami. I think it's gonna be a true test to our defense. I think on our offense, if we can attack, if Jalen Ramsey holds with Diggs, I think John Brown and I think Beasley is gonna have a great game. But I still think it's gonna be a tight game. I have the Bills 28-24.
All right, last thing, like I usually do, I give you a 3-game parlay. You play, you don't, you don't. I lost last week. Whatever. I'm taking Seattle, Green Bay, and Tampa in one, and the other one I'm going to take is Tennessee, Arizona, Green Bay. Kyle, thanks for chiming in. Buffalo up 27-20.
One more drink.
Cheers to everybody. I got some more.
Salute.
Here. Salute. Before Bobby.
We're gonna have 3 of these. 3 of these next week.
I hope so. I gotta go buy some more. Listen, before Bobby pulls out la chancleta like the abuelas and starts smacking us around, we're gonna sign off. Thanks for joining us for another week of Viva Los Bills. Hi, Jake. Just got on before we're bouncing. Thanks for watching. See you guys next week. Go Buffalo.
Viva Los Bills. Go Bills.
Same thing as Kyle. I'll be texting you two during the game as always. And let's get out of here.